Hi, this is Sharon Vornholt, and I have another marketing tip for you today. Now, if you remember, we talked about statistics last time about response rates, and that 81% of your deals will come at or beyond your fifth mailing. Now, that's a big thing to understand. Does that mean that you're not going to get a deal before the fifth mailing? Absolutely not. But it means that you'll get most of your deals at or beyond the fifth mailing. Remember also that 90% of the people quit mailing, they never do more than 3 mailings, up to 3. So you want to cross over that threshold so that you're now in that big majority where the bigger return is going to come in. So today we want to talk about testing. And I really believe with the 5 month, when you think about 5 months, that you really don't start to get an accurate sample or a good test until sometime after that. So what I would encourage you to do is to do a full test for about 9 months to a year. Take your list, and for the purpose of this example, for this like a case study, we're going to talk about taking an out-of-state absentee owner list. I want you to divide that list in 3 parts. Roughly get the same number of people per zip code in there. And the reason is because if you had all the people from a good zip code as opposed to all the people from a bad zip code or a worse zip code in there, you wouldn't get an accurate test. So if you had 50 people from 40202, let's say in my area, 40242, good area. So if we were to divide that list in thirds, and then we take the next zip code and divide it into thirds, so you would come up with 3 individual lists. What I would recommend that you do is try 3 different mail pieces. One of them should be a letter. If you want to try yellow letters, go for it. That wouldn't be one of my choices, but I would try a regular text postcard, like a yellow postcard with black text, and then I would try more of a series postcard. A lot of people are having luck with the glossier postcards that kind of come out in a series. In my area, when I tested those about 5 years ago, they just didn't work very well because they were just too pretty. The company I used had beautiful postcards, but they were just too pretty. I got less than a 1% response, about a 0.5% response, which for me was just terrible. But I know some people that are using those successfully. So if you want to make that one of your choices, I can't say if they will or they won't work in your area, but divide your list into 3 parts and then send them a different mail piece. Send them a totally different mail piece. Do the test for 9 months to a year and then look back, and the results should be apparent. You should be able to see very quickly. I mailed this number of mail pieces to each one of these groups of people. These were the number of calls. Of course, you want to track your calls, you want to track your deals, you want to track the people that got mad over your mail piece. That's important. If you get a high percentage of people that hate your mail piece, then that's important. You can lose a person over a mail piece that might go to the next investor that has a different mail piece if they find your mail piece in some way offensive or they just don't like it. So test all of those things, keep track of all those metrics. And you should know, you can keep things like this in your database, whether it's Podio or whatever. You can track the mail piece that you're sending to any particular group. And if you keep those statistics on a monthly basis and just add them up, and it's real simple to do because you just ask them, you can just ask them. I sent out a couple of different mail pieces, did you get a letter? You can do that. It's better if you just know what mail piece you sent them out. Maybe you put a code or something on there, some way that you can tell. But track your results, and then at the end of your 9 months to a year, it's better to do it for a year. Then you have an accurate sampling of what works in your area. You also have a real good idea of what doesn't work. And it's a much smarter way to spend your marketing dollars. So if you have any questions, just reach out and I'll be happy to answer them. But this is Sharon Vornholt for now, and I'll be back soon with another marketing tip for you.